Yeah, what's up PPL fans? Shadi here for my week 6 match of the Bayern Munich in the Pokemon Premier League. This week we're off against Jack, or the Donphanatic, and his Tottenham Hotspurr. And you know, we're both coming off of a strong victory. We beat RTK and Portland Timbers with a 5-0, while Jack managed to beat Tito's and the Sportless Benfica with a 4-0. So you know, we're both looking like we're in a good form, even though week 4 he got 6-0, but that's besides the point. But yeah, he currently has 2 victories and 3 losses, while we are sitting at 4 wins and 1 loss. In the table, we are currently number 3, tied with Shroomraver and Fredford for first place, more or less, but they're above us because they have more kills, so they get kills. So yeah, Jack's team is kind of scary, and this match is important for me personally, because, you know, I've known Jack for quite a while. I actually know him because he beat me in a tournament once, in the PPL tournament, in the quarterfinals, so I need to pay him back for that. Also, he picked Crest, so I really like shit-talking him because he has Crest, and because he beat me, and because reasons and stuff and things. And he's also the founder of the league, so being the founder of the league is pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, he has stuff like Cresselia, Sean Lewis, Salamence, Mega Alakazam. Those are big-ass threats. But I have the biggest threat on the field, and that's my first mon, Mega Scissor, Scissorsome, Scissorite, Technician, self-explanatory, with the moves, Sword Stance, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, Brick Break, Max Attack, 116 HP Vs and 140 Speedy Vs, which I'm pretty sure allow me to outspeed Cresselia. It's been a while since I built this team, but I think that's what they're there for. Yeah, Mega Scissor just can plow through his team after I get up an SD, and wear his team down a bit before, of course, because he has things that resist Bull Punch and things that can take Bull Punch and stuff. Most importantly, Shanlu and Raikou, but I think Shanlu is very easy to wear down, and Raikou if his life up as well. So yeah, Mega Scissor can just destroy his team if everything works out accordingly to my plan. I run Brick Break over Superpower because I obviously don't want to drop. And unless he's a physically defensive Empoleon, at +2 it's a guaranteed OHKO, and if he's physically defensive, after a tiny bit of prior damage like Stealth Rocks and a bit more, it's a guaranteed OHKO anyway. So I really didn't feel the need to run Superpower. And yeah, Brick Break just does the job. In case he wants to bring, I don't know, Dual Screens Crest, for example, that's definitely an option. That's also really helpful. So yeah, that's Scissor. I hope it can put into work. It's after battle, but you don't know that. And yeah, it's just so threatening to his team. It pretty much 6-0s his team if I play correctly, and his defensive core just cannot deal with the thing. Aromatisse, Cresselia, Tangrowth, those things cannot take me on at all. So, for wearing his team down and for his Raikou, I have Nidoqueen, the Nidoqueen, Black Sludge, Sheer Force of course, with Earth Power, Ice Beam, Toxic Spikes, and Sucker Punch. Max HP, max special defense with a sassy nature, minus speed plus special defense, and 4 in defense, you know, just the leftover EVs. And this thing is there to, of course, counter Raikou if he brings it. I do have 2 ground types, so I'm not sure if he will bring it. But it gets essentially for this, which is not to a KO, unless he specs, in which case I have something else for that. So, yeah, Nidoqueen is there to get up Toxic Spikes and take on Raikou, and be a general sponge for special hits. Toxic Spikes are really helpful, because like I said, I want to sweep with Mega Scissor. If I get this toxic damage, just these 12% every turn on stuff like Shanlu and Raikou, I'm set to sweep with Mega Scissor if I get up my SD. Earth Power is of course there for stab and hitting things reasonably hard. Ice Beam is mainly for Salamence and Tangrowth, or pretty much only for them. And Sucker Punch is there to catch Mega Alakazam and Shanlu off guard and do a shitload of damage to them. Standard Mega Alakazam takes like 60 to 70%, and Shanlu standard takes around half. So yeah, Sucker Punch is really helpful. If necessary, like if this thing is half dead and or if he just wants to revenge kill me with something like Mega Alakazam, I can just fire off a Sucker Punch. and be happy. Then we have Foxsec Zorok, and this thing is really important for my game plan. Choice Scarfed Illusion, max speed with a hasty nature, 248 attack, because that gives me max attack on level 50, 4 in HP, 4 in special attack, those were left over, and give me +1 in both of these stats. And you know, 8 in special attack would not have given me +2, so level 50 is weird, man. And this thing is here to Pursuit, Trap, Chandelure, and Mega Alakazam, because they are incredibly big threats to my team. I'm also running knockoff HPIs for Salamence and U-turn for Initiative. HPIs is kind of a safety net for Salamence. If it gets up a Dragon Dance, I can seal its speed and get off an HPIs, which will put it at a range where Mega Scissor can take it out with a Bullet Punch. So that's that. You know, Pursuit Trapping is gonna be really important for Megazam and Chandelure. And yeah, this is the thing that I have for Chandelure. Otherwise, Chandelure can just kind of maybe potentially 6-0 my team, so that's not fun. Yeah, knockoff spam is also nice. I can just, of course, he has a Terrakion, which is kind of annoying. I don't want to give that thing a boost, but that's why I have my next member. Miga's boyfriend, Landorus Theory, makes another appearance, and I'm once again running EO Resto Chesto Landorus. I know that's weird, but it works. Trust me, it works. I've had the battle and it did actually work. Spoilers. Yeah, Chesto Berry, Intimidate, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Rest, of course, and HP Ice for Salamence. Max HP, 248 defense with a relaxed nature, minus speed plus defense, and 4 in special attack and special defense, because level 50. And yeah, this thing is there for Terrakion, Hitmonlee, and Salamence. That's why I have Resto Chester, because it has to take on 3 things if he decides to bring all of them. So it has that. Also, Stealth Rocks are really important. Like I said, I need to wear down Chandelure and Raikou, and yeah, Landorus can't help me with that. I would have loved to have U-turn on this, but I need HPIs, so I'm not set up for Mens. HPIs also does more to non-AV Tangrowth if he decides to bring that. And yeah, Lando is just doing its job, hopefully. Next up, we got another sweeper, Mesprit, Kaziberry, which weakens super effective Ghost type moves. Yeah, I'm doing that. Levitate, of course, and Kaziberry allows me to take a hit from Megazam or Chandelure, if they go for Shadow Ball, of course, and just knock them out with my own Shadow Ball. Well, not necessarily knock them out, but it helps me take them on, weaken them. And yeah, Substitute, Calmite, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, max special attack with a modest nature, 188 HP EVs, 4 in defense, 4 in special defense, and 60 speed EVs, I think, allow me to outspeed Mens, maybe, I think? Maybe it's uninvested Mens, or just Cresselia, that seems more reasonable. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while, so I don't remember. And this thing is really solid against this team. I can beat Cresselia 1v1, I can beat the Aromatisse 1v1, Empoleon if it doesn't have Roar, Tangrowth potentially if it doesn't have Knockoff, and yeah, Mesprit just punches holes in this team, and that's really nice. And from Mesprit, we move on to our next sweeper, and that is Moonshine Nickel Fable, Leftovers Magikarp, max HP, 156 defense, 100 special defense with a calm nature. Yeah, this is kind of the standard spread, but it changed around. It wasn't intentional, but it kind of did. So no big deal there. Just a few EVs that are different. Cosmic Power, Stored Power, Moonblast, and Soft Boiled. Yeah, Cosmic Power, Stored Power. This thing takes on his entire team so well. Problem is, of course, I don't get a power boost, but yeah, this once again can late game sweep. It can also punch holes early game if I feel like it. The only real start that he has to it is, of course, Trick on Chandelure, for example, or Cresselia if he wants to bring that, and Roar on Empoleon, which is definitely an option. But I have to scout for that. If he has that, that's completely fine by me. yeah, it's just scouting. It can still get a little bit of chip damage off, which I need for Mega Scissor. So yeah, 3 setup sweepers and yeah, 3 bulky mons as well, and 1 scoffer. 1 sweeper is 1 bulky mon. Yeah, whatever. I have bulk. I have offensive presence. I don't have that much speed, and I don't have a fire resistance. So Chandelure is a really, really big problem to this team. If he plays it well, he can just kind of 6-0 me. Well, no, he needs to get rid of Zorok first. So yeah, I need to keep Zorok alive so that I don't get 6-0 by Chandelure. Hooray! Yeah, that's my team. Let's get. Wait, no, nope. What does Clefable do? It helps me with settlements. He cannot spam Outrage, even less I have Max, so still this thing helps take on. That helps taking on Mega Zam and something else that I may or may not have forgotten. Chandelure, to some extent, it can live a hit, and Fire of a Moonblast, which will weaken it. And weakening is the, you know, name of the game for this week. Again, I think I've done it before. So yeah, it's my team. It's already way too long. Let's get into his. Okay, so the ones that Jack decided to bring are Empoleon, Salamence, Chandelure, Aromatisse, and Mega Alakazam and Terrakion. Nothing really surprising there. I'm not glad, but I'm proud of him for not bringing Cresselia, because it really doesn't do anything against my team. I'm like the one team that's not scared of Cresselia in the slightest. So that's that. Yeah, Aromatisse is kind of surprising, but he had a trick up his sleeve, which I will get to after the match if I remember. Because it doesn't actually do anything in the battle. Like, the trick doesn't happen. But yeah, I decided to lead with Zorok. That was my plan from the get-go. And disguise as Nidoqueen, in case you want to bring Raikou. As you see, he didn't, but I still felt like leading with my Scarf and U-turn out is my best play. Only problem is there if he leads with his Scarfed Terrakion, if he has that. And yeah, overall, I think I can deal with this team. He, of course, brought his big threats in Chandelure and Mega Zam. He has brought the bulk. It looks like he has more special bulk in Empoleon and Aromatisse. But you will see in a few minutes that it's actually kind of different. He has some interesting sets, which I really like. And yeah, I think I can definitely manage this, because he doesn't have Raikou, which means my Nidoqueen is rather expendable. Once again, I'm sorry, Nidoqueen. And I only need to weaken Chandelure, and that's about it. If I get MSD after that, it's pretty much good game. So, those are the teams. Let's get into the battle. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to Jack, my opponent, for recording the battle, and to Slyro and Chaos in the Sky for genning my mons. There were some issues with mons, and Chaos in the Sky jumped in after Slyro genned 4 of my mons. Mesprit was misgenned. And yeah, huge shout out to those two. You saved my ass once again. So, without further ado, let's get into the battle. Okay, so let's get into the battle. You can see teams in front of you once again. And let's go. Shorty is issuing a challenge. I'll lead off with Nidoqueen. Like I said, it's not actually Nidoqueen. It's Zorok. As he's with Terrakion, I was like, okay, he's not gonna go for close combat if he is Scarfed. So he goes for Earthquake. I can live that. So, I lived that Earthquake. It does way too much though, and he actually stayed in. I don't know why he stayed in, because I don't know. I really don't, because I could just kill him with Earth Power if I actually was Nidoqueen, but hey, it's whatever. I get out of there, get the U-turn off, and go into Mika's boyfriend. It's my safest play, and since this thing is locked, I know that it's Scarf because it's my Scarf Zorok, so I can just go into Lando, play it safe, and get up my rocks at this point. as he brings in Salamence, and this was very obvious that he either had HP Ice or Hydro Pump. I'm not having that. I know Salamence. It's a great mixed attacker, and I'm switching out of here. I'm going to Clefable, because Clefable can live every hit if necessary. Like, Hydro Pump's not going to do much, HP Ice is not going to do anything. But he turns out to have misgent his Salamence, and he has HP Dragon. Yeah, that happened. It's really nice for me though. As he defaults, I get a free Cosmic Power off predicting a switch. So I'm a +1/+1, and unless he has Raw on his Empoleon, I should be fine. He brings in his Empoleon. I was like, okay, he has Raw. That's fine. You know, that's completely fine by me. Go for Moonblast, and this does nothing, which tells me he's specially defensive, which is good knowledge, because that means Lando has a really, really good chance to OHKO him from full. So, he gets lefties back, I don't, because I'm still at full. I just fired over Moonblast because I was pretty sure he was just going to roll me anyway. And yeah, I get special attack drop, which is pretty nice, but it doesn't really matter. He goes for Stealth Rock, which, you know, is a good play. Stealth Rock's hidden on my team, gives Zoroark only one more switch in before it dies. So, at this point I was like, maybe he doesn't have Roar, especially since he goes for Flash Cannon this turn. You know, I was like, maybe he doesn't have Roar for whatever reason. So I decided to just have another Cosmic Power and scout if he actually does have Roar. And yeah, he gets special. Did he get dropped this turn? I'm not sure. I think he did. Yeah. So I'm at +2/+1. And I'm sitting pretty good. This is kind of annoying to commentate because it's just me sitting there and clicking Cosmic Power. But hey, that's how other things go. Just yeah, go for another Cosmic Power because at this point I'm like, okay, he probably doesn't have Roar, and this might just be a 6-0 sweep because I can beat this 1v1 easily. Flash Cannon is not doing anything at this point because I'm at +3/+2 special defense. And yeah, he's back to full, but that's fine. That's honestly fine. I decided to set up another Cosmic Power here. And I'm at +4/+3, I think. Yeah. So he goes for no Flash Cannon. And I think this turn he gets Spidaf Drop, which is kind of annoying, but it really doesn't matter. That did nothing. It did 26 HP. Get lefties back. At this time I'm like, okay, I need to softball because if he crits me then I'm dead. So get softball off, get back to full, and this is the turn of the turns. He reveals Roar, and at this point I was like, why did he not do that earlier? After match he told me he was toying with me. I guess that's okay. And he drags me to the least useful thing, which is Zoroark, the thing that I really didn't want to come in. And yeah, I go for Pursuit because I was pretty sure I was gonna switch. Not wanting to just take a knockoff or anything. So I just go for Pursuit, get some solid damage off as he brings in Sly, these Salamence. I just have to keep Zoroark because I know that I can get him to defog because I do have rocks and Thingamabob, Toxic Spikes. So I keep Zoroark in the back, go to Clefable as he sets up a Wish. So this is definitely a defensive Salamence, which is really interesting. He goes back into Empoleon, which was obvious. I predicted switch and go into Landorus Therian. Nope, never mind. I go into Nidoqueef. I lied. Got a Nidoqueef because I was pretty sure I could scare this out. You know, because I'm kind of a Nidoqueen. I kind of have super effective stab. I don't know. But he says go for Earth Power, which does a really solid. No, it really doesn't do anything because he's special defensive, as we learned before. And this Skull does way too much. And he gets the burn. So that's really, 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 really annoying. Because Nidoqueen is kind of useless now. And will die to another Skull. I could go for another Earth Power and get damage off. But I felt like I need him to defog. So I go for Toxic Spikes, which will poison things on the switch in unless he goes into Mence right away. And yeah, it will force him to defog at some point. He takes me out with Scald. Nidoqueen once again not getting any kills. I'm sorry, girl. One day you're gonna get a kill, I swear. I hope. So, lefty's back, yada yada. I can just go into Miguel's boyfriend, Landorus Therian, and fire of Earthquake. This thing is gonna die, and I wasn't gonna make the risky play here. I really did want to click HP Ice or Stealth Rocks, but I felt like it was way too risky because he could have just stayed there and killed me with a Scald. But Empoleon was really important for him because otherwise Clefable would have just swept him. So I don't know. Probably should have predicted that and went for HP Ice or Stealth Rocks. But whatever. Since I know he's HP Dragon, I can say it and fire from HP Ice, scout for what set he is, because I know it's 2 KO on the physical defensive mans, but turns out to be specially defensive, which is good knowledge. Which also means that this is a 3-hit KO, not 2-hit KO. So if I get up Stealth Rocks, I can 2-hit KO him later on if necessary. He decides to go for HP Dragon just to get some damage off as I get up my Stealth Rocks. So this is the battle of the hidden powers or something. The flying things with Intimidate that fly off hidden powers. Hooray. He goes for HP Dragon once again, just trying to wear me down a bit, knowing I don't have reliable recovery. But he doesn't know that I have rest. Go down HP Ice, get some damage off. It does a solid chunk. In all honesty, if it wasn't for lefties, it would be a lot easier. And at this point, I'm thinking he might not have Protect because he didn't go for it yet. So yeah, he goes for another Wish, which is reasonable. As I go for Rest, both going for recovery moves. I get back to full. Excuse me. And Lando is useful again and can switch it to Drakion. Chesterberry does its job, and I wake up. And this is not the best of situations, in all honesty. I can't beat this 1v1. And he decides to switch out into Aromatisse, trying to get a Wish Pass off because he told me he's physically defensive, so he can live an Earthquake if I go for it. I decided to switch because I didn't want to stay in and let Lando get weakened even more, because I of course can't do the rest of Chester thing again. So I'm gonna Clefable, which can beat Mans 1v1, and can also beat this thing 1v1 if necessary. So he gets poison damage, which is fine, and also got the Wish back. I set up Cosmic Power because I want to get his Empoleon back out. I want to weaken that thing, and yeah, it's rinse and repeat. I go for Cosmic Power again. As he goes for more therapy, getting rid of his poison for now. Probably knowing that he will be able to defog later on. So, you know. He switches out, goes back into Empoleon, knowing that I can just set up on this thing and be good. But that's not what I was going for. I just wanted to get the thing out again and weaken it even more. I set him on top Cosmic Power though, just in case you want to stay in, you know. Why not? I had no real reason not to do it in all honesty. Oh shit. Okay, you didn't hear that. And yeah, he just goes for Scald this time, which surprised me. I guess in case I want to switch, he could get burned off on something. But hey, I can Moonblast him again, get more damage off. He's at around 65-70% now, I would say. And that's perfect, because I'm pretty sure, since he's specially defensive, as we found out, Max I can just kill him with a Brick Break even unboosted. So I decided to just fire off another Moonblast here. Excuse me. Weaken him even further. Now he's around half. Get special attack drop, which doesn't really matter, as he has to go for Flash Cannon. So nothing special there. At this point I'm like, okay, this is fine. This is perfect. I can weaken him even more, even though he has the Wish Pass. I just hope that he doesn't get one off. Yeah. So I just say him. I have no reason to switch in all honesty. I'm just waiting for him to roam me out and hope that I don't get dragged out into Zoroark. Moonblast brings him down below half now, which is perfect. As he goes for Roar, finally, he brings me out into Mega Scissor, which is perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So, he is at his back, and I'm in with the Beast. Beast is inside. And I can just go for Quick Break. It will kill the thing. I'm not risking the SD. It would be stupid of me, in all honesty. So yeah, he goes into Sly. He can take Stealth Rock damage, and I'm like, maybe I can kill this because it's especially defensive, like Quick Break plus Bull Punch. It's a roll. I think I need to get 2 high rolls or something to kill it. So you know, Mega Wolf, which is nice because now I'm bulkier and stuff. Go Brick Break, making the safe play is there was no reason for me to overtake. It was way too risky. And it does nothing. He's special defensive, it still does nothing, because it's -1 and stuff. And Bull Punch would not kill from this range, because he's at around 35%. I think that's actually max damage, somewhere around that. So I decided to switch. I could have just Bull Punched him twice, but I was scared of Fire Blast, as he just goes for Wish, which... yeah, okay. I don't know why he would do that, but he does. At this point, I'm like, he's not gonna switch. He needs the thing at decent health. So I'm just gonna stay in and fire over Moonblast and not pull a double this time. And he does actually stay and go for defog, which is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted and needed him to defog, so Zorok can come back in and pursuit trap or knock off Shanlu and Megazam. So I fire over Moonblast, and I was begging that this would kill. It lives on 2 HP. I saw his side of the battle. It was fucking 2 HP. And that's so frustrating. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Rocks are gone. But rocks are also gone on my side of the field, which is awesome. So I can't really complain, to be honest. So, Lefty's back, yada yada yada, the same old song. He switches, goes out into Empoleon, once again, you know, not wanting me to set up. As I pull double and go into Landor Ethereum once again. And this is a good position. This thing is not gonna save, because he's gonna die to an earthquake. And I once again didn't want to make the risky play. I felt like I didn't have to. I felt like this was way too important. But it works out, because he decides to sack his Terrakion, not wanting to risk his Salamence going down to 2 HP ice. Because he does have Protect, which, as I followed later. So he sacks Terrakion, which is great. Landor Ethereum finally gets another kill. It's been a while. Since week 1, actually, I'm pretty sure. It's the last time I got a kill. And right here he goes in Shanlu. I'm like, okay, I can live a Fire Blast. Didn't think about him carrying HP ice at all. Nope, I just didn't. And Landor goes down. But I get some important information. He's Life Orb. I went for Rocks. They would have loved to get Stealth Rocks. But this is not a free switch into Zorok. And I can just click Knock Off, because nothing on the team wants to switch into that. Well, Oromatisse does, but getting rid of the item is amazing. So, Shanlu is gone. The biggest threat to my team is gone. Just out of the way. Perfect. So he brings in Oromatisse once again. And I'm not staying in here. I don't want to die. Zorok can still be important, especially if he doesn't get up rocks. So I just go to Mesprit. This is the first appearance of Mesprit in this game. He fires with Moonblast, and that does quite a good amount. To be honest, I'm surprised by that damage. Get off a Call Mike, because this is set up fodder for me in all honesty. And if he goes to Napoleon, that's 2 KO I think from this range after +1. So yeah, he goes for Moonblast. And it still does really solid chunklet. And Psyshock does a hell of a lot. Modest +1 Mesprit is nothing to mess around with. That's why it's better than Uxie. Yeah. Moonblast gets a special attack drop, which is really annoying, but I can just set up another Calm Mind, because I can live Moonblast easily, and I was feeling like he would switch. He goes Napoleon, and this is perfect. I need to weaken the thing, like I said multiple times. I need to keep the thing low, and yeah. Get to +1 special attack again, +2 special defense. I know I can live a Scald or Flash Cannon. I'm not sure if I can live Scald plus a Burn. I don't think I can. But it's fine. Psyshock at +1 does a hell of a lot of damage. Look at that. That's resisted. That's a pretty solid amount if you ask me. He goes for Scald. That does nothing. And he doesn't get a Burn, which is brilliant. It's so big. Pause. I decided to just fire another Psyshock, because I will put this thing in range for pretty much everything except for Clefable probably. As he decides to sack his Salamence. And it was a really bad play. But honestly, he couldn't have done much else. Probably should have sacked Oromatisse instead. But he said to sack Mance, and Mance going down is amazing for me. He goes into Empoleon once again, and he makes a great play right here. He knows he can live a Psyshock. And he goes for Stealth Rock, which is a really, really amazing play on Jack's part, because that means Zorok can't come in, which means Megazam is even bigger threat, because Megazam cannot OHKO it with a Bull Punch. and I'm expecting him to have HP Fire, which will probably knock me out because he's most definitely modest. So yeah, I just fire off another Side Shock here. I am pretty sure, and Aromatisse goes down. Nope, I go for Shadow Ball. Never mind. In case you want to be cheeky and go to Zam, which Side Shock would have done a lot too, but hey. Aromatisse lives, yeah, dead. Fire off another Shadow Ball, knock it out. It's the second kill from my of the game. Doing a good job, really. He sends out Mega Zam. I'm like, I have the Khazeet Berry. If you go for Shadow Ball, I might live, maybe. Probably not, but hey, I can dream. He Mega Evolves, of course, because he has to. And he actually goes for... Wait, first he tries Malevitate, which he should be levitating in first place. Like, look at that fucker. Goes for Signal Beam, that one, and I die. He has Signal Beam because it hits Zoroark and Mass Spread super effectively, so reasonable choice. I go into favor because I know I can live every hit and fire off a Moonblast, which will put this in range for Mega Scissor. So he goes for Taunt, which is really interesting, as I go for Moonblast, so it doesn't really help him. Moonblast does a really solid amount, and I get a special attack drop, which is huge. Again. I'm almost back to full, and he can fire off a Psychic. I know I can live every hit, even without the -1 I could have. And that does a pretty solid amount, but it's fine. I could live another one. Moonblast is gonna get a crit though, and he dies. So Clefable gets a kill, and that's pretty much a good game at this point. It's only Mega Zam and Empoleon. And after match, he told me Mega Zam was max defense, max special attack, modest, because that means he can live a hit from Zoroark, or I think he can live a hit from Zoroark and from Mega Scissors. So yeah, Empoleon is his last mod. I go for Moonblast. It doesn't kill. I was like, maybe I can 2-hit KO from this range, and looking at this plus lefties, I didn't think I could. And Flash Cannon is an easy 2-hit KO me. He could outspeed me because it's speed tie, as you probably noticed throughout the game. I just didn't want to lose my 3-0 victory here, so I decided to go into Mega Scissor. Even if he goes for Skull, I can still kill him with a Brick Break afterwards, so it doesn't really matter what he does. And yeah, Scissor comes in, and that's gonna be the last kill of the game, as he decides to go for Flash Cannon. If he went for Skull, that could have actually killed me with Burn, because he's in Torrent range. Maybe? Maybe. Whatever, Flash Cannon doesn't do anything, and Brick Break is gonna finish off the match. So that's gonna be 3-0 victory in our favor. Good game to Jack. It was such a good game, and okay, it was fucking amazing. And yeah, we won 3-0 once again. It's our fourth 3-0 victory, I think, and the fifth 3-0 result in general for us, so that's kind of interesting. And yeah, MVP, I'm not sure, honestly. Let me think. I think it's gotta be Zoroark or Mesprit. Mesprit got 2 kills, those being Mence and Aromatisse, who were both fairly annoying to my team. I also weakened Napoleon to the point where Scissor could just pick it off really easily. Lando was actually doing a pretty solid job, taking on, Terrakion, doing stuff against Mence. And yeah, Zoroark pursuit trapping Shanlo was so important. Also getting off the pursuit on Napoleon was pretty big. Do I have to say pause again? This is getting boring. Clefable did actually a pretty solid job, and it didn't go down, so it's cool. And yeah, Mega Scissor just didn't even close to as much as I thought I would do, which is interesting. But it killed Empoleon, and that's about it, really. Nidoqueen, it didn't do anything. It forced him to defog, which is important, of course. But yeah, I think Mesprit is gonna be the MVP, followed by Zoroark. There wasn't really someone that stood out big time, but Aromatisse just half cleaned up, maybe. And yeah, the pursuit trap not the pursuit trap, the knockoff on Chanlu was so important. So Zoroark, good job, buddy. yeah, it's gonna be the game. Once again, GG to Jack. Thank you to Jack for recording. Thank you to Slyro and Chaos in the Sky for jetting. Their links will be in the description. Jack's link, Slyro's link, Chaos in the Sky's link. Go check them out. They're cool dudes because they help me, and they're cool dudes. And yeah, we won again. Beautiful. I love it. I was really nervous before this game. I'm not sure why. I just was, even more than usually. I honestly don't know why, because Jack's team isn't as scary as some of the others that I've faced so far. So I don't know. I guess I didn't want to lose to Jack, because losing to Jack is kind of stupid. Twice. So, yeah, we won. And spoilers, we're still not number 1. I'm not gonna say who is. And you know, we're number 2. I can say that much. We're number 2 in the league table, and someone else has the number 1 spot currently. I think my video might go up before theirs, so you will have to find that out by watching the others. Those 2 contenders being Shroomraver and Fredford. So, that's gonna be it for today, I do believe. Next week we are facing off against Slyro, I think. Yeah, Slyro and the Pittsburgh Pyro, and he has a Mega Pincer. Even though it hasn't done anything yet this season, like anything, it's still a scary threat. I have to prepare for it, but I think I have some good ideas for his team. Of things that I can bring, things that can definitely win me the game. And yeah, look forward to that. Week 6 of the PPL has been done. Week 7 is upcoming. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment with whatever, something about the game, something I could have done differently, something that you would have brought maybe. And yeah, like I said, leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those. And hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.